Recording in progress.
We, of course, had snacks with us and stopped when we could to be sure we were both hydrated and had enough calories. Now we were going mostly downhill, so it wasn't so much a strain physically, although we kept jamming our toes into the front of our boots. You know what it's like going downhill forever. So we began to get pains in places that we hadn't had them before. Finally, when we were down in an area that was probably subtropical rather than tropical, it was not really hot. It was warm, humid. The evening cool, we decided to stop for the night. But we didn't have fancy equipment. We had a little stove with us and some dried food and things that we could constitute and make dinner. But we really had sheets of plastic that we used to fashion a tent to put our sleeping bags in. And we spent a reasonably comfortable night that night, sheltered in this plastic tarp, if you would. In the morning, we got up and packed things up, and I had a little breakfast, and then my sister was there, and we were just about ready to go. I looked at her and I said, "Where's Jim? Where's my brother-in-law?" And she said, "Oh, well, you had to go to the bathroom. He's off there somewhere." So we waited, and when Jim came back, he was wearing a sweater. It was all full of grass and weeds and stuff, and he looked like he had a story to tell. And indeed he did. He needed to, he had to do a bowel movement, right? So he was looking for a place where he could do this without digging a hole or something. And he came to, there was a ridge, a grassy ridge, and it had some bushes growing by it. So he figured he could drop his trousers, stand there, grab a branch, hang his butt over the edge of this, do his business, and be on his way, which is what he did. But as soon as he finished doing his business, the branch broke. And he went backwards over onto his back, sliding down this hill, missing what he had just deposited, and also missing some big rocks that were there. We were very lucky. So all that happened to him was he got a little dirty and was very surprised and quite embarrassed. But there it was, and I just shook my head and thought, wow, because we're in the middle of nowhere. There was no way to get help in there in any sort of a timely fashion. If he'd hit his head, we'd been in great difficulty, or if he'd broken something, we'd be really in great difficulty. But he didn't. And then the rest of the day, we continued hiking past an old hacienda or two, another village or two, and then came to a mine, which was our destination. We knew that we'd been told at least, the road ended at this mine. So when we got there, we were able to get down to a regular road and walk up to the mine, and sure enough, our friend who was working with the Bolivian power company, had arranged to have a driver there with a truck, a double cab truck. We were picked up, our stuff loaded in the back, and we were driven home.
And I emphasize that while this is an Inca road, it is not like a road. It is stones fashioned together. Mm-hmm. So it's not the most fun walk in the world. It's very rough, very uneven.
Mm-hmm. And it has steps. It's a road with steps.
Okay, hold on here.